The Bible is clear about it. It says that we will seek out those because we have itchy ears, and we're going to seek out somebody who's going to tell us what we want to hear. And so we're going to search around in the church till we finally find somebody who's going to tell us what we want to hear. Think about this thing. If we want to hear, Billy, that if you believe in God, then all you've got to do is give God $1,000 and He's going to give you $10,000. Is it possible to find a church that would tell you that today?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to find a church that would tell you to judge people and condemn people? Yep. Is it possible to find a church today that would tell you anything is okay that you want to do as long as you believe that it's the right thing to do? Follow your heart. Is it possible?
Yes, sir.
Is it possible that you could go to a church that is a feel-good church? Because guess why? And the thing is, she said, then do they not believe in the Bible? And I said, it's not that they don't believe in the Bible, it's that they want to find a church that fits their comfort level. Myself, I want a God that's going to look at me and go, boy, you know you're on the wrong road. Because that's the God that I trust.
That's what I need.
Yeah, I trust the God that's going to tell me what I'm doing is wrong. That it's going to tell me, hey, Monty, you made a commitment. You made a vow. You said you're going to do these things. And she says, then are they not Christians? I said, what is Christian? What does it mean, really? And so, when all that came out and I faced the accusation of you guys, I knew instantly that we're on the right road. So then, now that we know and we've established what we are on, and we are a small group today, so I feel that we can be comfortable. You know, there's not no real Bible scholars in here now, so we should all be able to be comfortable. Because every time I ask you a question, you know what y'all do? Every time I ask y'all, the bulk of y'all question, there's always going to be one or two. Usually it's Artie. That answers all the questions. But the rest of y'all look at me and go, I love the version of like Lance. Years ago, Chase, you remember back when Lance would pray in church?
Yes.
Lance don't pray in church no more, does he? What happened? See, I want to know what happened. I want to know what went wrong. Because if you're not comfortable, something's going on. So now that we're talking about the end times, if y'all remember when we're talking about the end times, one of the first things that we have to do is that we have to separate what we think we know about the end times versus what does the Bible truly say. In other words, we have to separate what we know, what we're sold, and what we've been told. So, y'all tell me something. What do you know? Tell me one thing that you know. Now, understand something. There is a difference between what you've been sold. Now, what is that? What do you mean? What do I mean by what we've been sold? I'll give you an example. We talked about it a few weeks ago. The whole Left Behind trilogy. Okay? Heck, we can talk about Keanu Reeves of Constantine. We can talk about Arnold Schwarzenegger in the End of Days. What have we been sold? What ideas have been planted in our minds? There's always, and I love these things, there's a theme going against this. There's this theme that happens in these end time things that we can fight that. Think about it. There's always this thing that we can fight the devil, that, you know, we can do these things. I'm going to tell you something. If you ever see Satan, and if you ever in a conversation, don't be stupid. Run like crap. But me personally, I want to develop enough sense to know, wait a second, I'm not going in the right neighborhood, Billy. I ain't going down this road. When there's evil afloat, don't mess with it. Don't go down this road. But the thing is that there's ideas that we've been sold. I love it when people talk about the 10 Commandments. Because when we talk about the 10 Commandments, everybody has been sold the idea of the 10 Commandments, and it's Charlton Heston. Moses is Charlton Heston. Pharaoh is Yul Brynner. Am I wrong? That's the image that we've been sold. Heck, we've been sold the image of Jesus.
White Jesus with blue eyes.
So, we got to separate what we know versus what we've been told. What is it that we know? In other words, to know a thing is where you've received validation. You know it. The Bible has laid it out. You see it. You understand it. It's just like, I know something. What do I know? I know things are messed up right now. I know that the data centers are a reality. And how do I know that? Do you know how much money is being dumped into this economy and how many people right now and businesses are looking for fiber optic people? How much power cables is being ran through Conway and all this stuff? They've got ads out like this guy right down here to put all these cables in. What is all that cabling? What is all of that for?
Information.
Huh?
Information.
Is that?
Information.
Information. But if that's not been approved yet, why are they laying the infrastructure out for it? It tells me that our approval or disapproval doesn't matter. They're proceeding. I've done told you, when a Fortune 100 company is interested in Conway, Arkansas, the top 100 companies, we ain't got a chance. I've known for years these things. So, we've discussed what we've been sold, these ideas. But as well, there's this idea. What about the end time idea that at the last minute, we've been sold on this idea that we can ask for forgiveness in the last minute? Have we been sold on that idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have. Because the common denominator prayer of all of them is the prayer of the thief on the cross.
Yeah.
That people are wearing that. They bought that idea that, hey, if Jesus forgive that guy, when this guy's on his cross, he's going to ask for forgiveness, and Jesus is instantly going to ask me. Do you think that that's going to fly?
No.
But we've been sold on the idea. We've been sold on the idea that a family shouldn't be married. We've been sold on it because we bought that idea. Because if we're married, we lose everything. If I get a job, I lose everything.
But it's a fine line because he says he wants you to have a relationship. He says, depart from me, I don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
If I know somebody, it means I got a relationship.
So, let's think about this thing. How about if we do this? I feel it safe that if we change that to separate what we think we know. So, what do you think that you know? What do you see right now, or what have you seen that you've paid attention? Does anybody in here not believe that we're in the end times? So raise your hand. Do you believe that we're in the end times? Do you believe that things are unfolding? David, do you believe it? So then what about the rest of you?
We've been in the end times ever since he ascended.
But I've only seen one hand raised up.
That we believe it?
Yes, that you believe.
Oh, sorry.
So who believes that we're in the end times?
Yes.
Okay, so Jacob, so Bailey, do you not?
I may say who don't believe it.
Okay, I didn't see your hand.
Yes, I believe it.
Because now if I would say, who wants $100? Heck yeah, buddy, I want 200. Matter of fact, if I get my feet up near Billy, I'd get 400. But the thing is that's okay. If we believe it, what makes you think that we're in end times? Give me a thing. What makes you think we're in end times?
so
No
much,
deep breaths, they don't count.
there's so much going on, that we can't explain. Weather, rains, floods.
So,
Natural disasters.
Yeah, we're in a drought, but it was flooding yesterday.
how about how about
All
unexplained?
week, man.
I'm not phenomenon.
That looks good.
Okay. Weather, floods, earthquakes,
All the animals deforming,
animals what?
like with the diseases.
The what?
The diseases.
Like with the
Disease
deer.
animals.
Forget what
Yeah.
There's rabbits that grow in horns.
How about sickness? I can't spell disease. I can spell something like that.
Well,
Rumors of war.
There it is.
So,
War envy.
it's kind of, I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook. Every time I go on Facebook, it leads me down the wrong path. Every time. And the problem is, Facebook has a hook. You know what the hook is for me in Facebook? Marketplace. Because I'm in the market for a vehicle. Facebook Marketplace is the best place to do the research for a vehicle that I'm looking for. But it always draws me into this other crap that I'm not looking for. I seen a guy the other day make a post about how the time is coming, y'all keep going the way you're going to go, and he says, we all got guns and we're all getting ready to come out shooting. I seen one guy put an ad on there about, hey, I'm looking for a militia to join.
That's wild.
I've seen Facebook groups of militias. The militias have a Facebook page. One of the things that I learned from cops and watching On Patrol Live and cops and stuff like that is cops will go on Facebook and they'll troll, and all of a sudden you see this guy standing on Facebook with his gun and stuff like that, and all this, they're like, oh yeah, that's him, we gotta go. Countless crimes have been solved because their dumb butts is on Facebook. If I wanted as a government to get rid of all the militias, to wipe them out, all I've got to do is go look at your social media. Your social media tells you everything. Think about that.
It's true.
Everything. We are so addicted. We was in a restaurant yesterday and I was watching two people about y'all's age sitting there on Facebook, Billy, eating their meal together. And I'm like, what the? Put your phone down. I don't even bring my phone in the restaurant. I'm not going out and eat it. I'm with my family. So, rumors of war. Warmongering. What else do y'all say?
Kids just not.
How about this? What?
I'm saying kids not listening to their parents, disobeying their parents. Just,
But where'd they learn it from?
generations before.
What about indoctrination?
Moral decline.
What's that?
Moral decline. Moral decline.
Boy. Did you know there's even scriptures that talk about people, what they will do and how they'll mutilate their bodies? What about something else?
Just the tolerance of the churches. They're accepting everything. You know.
Food supply.
Food supply.
There's so much going on with that. Things happening that.
Who owns the food? What food we're being fed? What food we're being sold on? All these things.
Vaccinations.
Vaccinations. But this would actually go in the line of sickness. I mean,
Losing freedom. Freedom's. You can tell we're losing it slowly but surely.
control. So as an example, I'll give you a good one. And this is where I was going. It's called the law of gradualism. That if you introduce a thing little bits at a time, before long you're going to completely accept it. That's the whole thing about the phones that have been introduced. But before all this stuff happens, all these things have to fall in line. You have to eliminate the places that you can buy your food from and all this stuff. But it all evolves into because all of the food, everything will be done because we are going to enter into a cashless society. You're already used to being cashless. You're used to it. So now they're phasing it out. They started with pennies. You think they're going to stop with pennies? So Goodwill says, hey, we're going to go ahead and round it up to the next nickel. No. I'm going to use my debit card. We don't have cash. We don't buy cash. Well, I just go over here and I go buy from the farmer. Tell me a farmer that you know right now that you go buy farm food from.
They're even getting rid of the farmer markets are going to be a thing in the past for too long.
What about false religion?
It's already being
So, y'all see these things? Isn't this enough? Is there more that you see? I see a ton more. I see it.
Try to put it in words, but I can't think. Using material things as I guess what you're preying on.
idolization.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
So, we're going to, I think we all got an idea that something's wrong. And if we've all got this idea of something wrong, David, if I told you today that if I said something like Amber came to me this morning and she says, Monty, have you ever noticed this spot on my eye right here? I can't even see your eye without glasses on. I'm the kind of guy who goes in the store with my wife, and Billy, I'm looking around trying to find, now what shirt did she wear today? I love the idea that we've slowly been adopting this thing. However, it was just only yesterday, it was me, David, and Action, who was the only ones who actually had their shirts, because we all got bright pink shirts. This is pinkies on it. The reason I wanted us all to wear these shirts, besides promoting the business, because if I'm wandering around and I got grandkids running around there and I see a pink shirt, guess what I know? I can see them suckers. All you got to do is look for pink bouncing around. Oh, there's my grandkid. But no, they all wear black. Like, how can I figure you out?
It ain't gonna matter what color you're wearing, just about.
Well, what I'm talking about is like, if I have to find out what my wife is, and I try to remember, did she wear that today, or did she wear that today, or, you know, it's like, and I have to always look like when we're in flea markets, I have to kind of look down because she's short and I can't see her over everything else. What's the odds of me seeing this spot in her eye? But she's done identified what it is, and she done knows, and she's done research, and now it's on the thing. So if I lay out an idea and a thought to you that says, hey, I noticed the other day that I had an itch or something like that, and it was because all of a sudden I had this tick bite, what would you do? I'll tell you what my daughter does. She done identified every tick in the yard, and she's got signs on them, bad ticks. Am I wrong? The thing is that I can tell you something about that, but if I start telling you a spiritual warning, what do we instantly do? We turn it off. Why do we turn it off? Because we don't want to hear. So, one of the first things, is it possible? Is it possible? Does anybody know what precognition is? Precognition. What is that?
Pre-thought.
means to
Right,
know
right.
something is going to happen or be asked before it's even asked.